Who's that in the chat there? And that's Ian. Hello Ian, how you doing? Thanks for joining me. I thought I was just sitting here picking some locks, so I thought I'd go live and do it live. I've not been picking a lot of locks recently. I've been making a lot of custom picks. So I figured I needed the practice. I've got a bunch of rim locks there, rim locks and mortise locks. I'm just going to sit there and pick through those. There we go, that's the first one down. Oh, John Doe's in the chat. Oh, cheers, buddy. Thanks, I appreciate that, mate. You're far too kind, John. Right, one down. I've got loads of these little Yale rim cylinders. These have got 5 pins, 5 pin stacks, and they've got a couple of spools in them. Sometimes they have mushroom spools in them, but they're one of my really nice comfort locks. I keep my locks in these boxes here. So this is my mortise cylinder and rim box. So periodically I just grab one of those or grab a box of Veros or something and just pick through. This one hasn't got a key in it, so let's grab a pick, see if we can get them open. Always a bit wary when I get second-hand locks that don't have keys, because you don't know if they're working or not. Yeah, I'm definitely rusty when it comes to pin tumblers. Usually I probably practice a good few times a week, spend a few hours doing it, but recently work's been really busy. And yeah, I've been making loads of custom picks, so I get tied up doing that. And sometimes it's kind of ironic, I kind of get tied up doing videos, which isn't practice picking. John says, use your E-pick to move the pins and then you can pick it much more easier. Yeah, I could get the EPG out, but it kind of defeats the point. Although it's good for you. I'm going to pass on this one. I'm not giving up on him. I need a couple of easy locks to kind of get me in the mood. So let's see what else we've got. Another Yale there. Try that one. I bet you use your EPG all the time, don't you, John? Yeah, I need a couple of easy locks under my belt, and then maybe we'll try something harder in a bit. Just got a nice full set on this one. Counter rotation, got a spool in it. Oh, that one was open. There we go, that was a nice easy one. Says it's got shrooms in it, mushroom pins. So the ones I've picked I'll put over there, and I'm going to come back to any that I don't pick. What else we got? Another Yale. Another keyless Yale. Daz Crazy Card says, what are you using? Looks like a custom law lock tools. Yes, it is, mate. It is. This one was, I did a trade with Picksmith, and And yeah, this is the one that he sent me. So it's a scimitar hook. So yeah, it's a Lawlock one, and it's a ridgeback profile. But he's put these handles on, the scales on, and then he has done all these cutouts by hand. I think he said he used a file to do it. So it's a hell of a lot of work to do that, isn't it? But I really like that scimitar profile. I think it's one of my favourite picks, favourite custom picks that I've traded for. Well, I definitely need the practice. Let's try a different pick maybe on this one. All right, got a full set. So just looking for spools. I'll move this vise forward. There we go. You still using that custom pick I sent you, John? That orange one? Oh, nice deep full set on this one. Pin 5, counter rotation. There we go, got that one open. I'll put him in the picked pile. Might give this one a go actually. KeyMark X4. I got a few of these recently in a trade with Green Tools NYC. And they're tricky little buggers to pick. They've got standard pins up the top, 6 standard pins, but they've got this little springy thing in the bottom of the keyway. They've got like a little sort of springy thing. You just see it on the sort of bottom of the keyway there on the right as we're looking at it. Kind of like the Schley Everest, you know, it's like an extra sort of check pin. But I found with these ones, you have to pick the top pins, and if you just press that pin down, nothing happens. You've got to almost float pick it out of that, so that'd be fun to do. So you don't really, you say, yeah, don't really use it too much. I almost pick only when I don't have another choice. Being paid for it, yeah, you got the luxury of being paid for picking, haven't you? GP Rider, how you doing, mate? You all right? Yeah, when all the pins are set on these KeyMark X4s, you get a tiny little full set. What are you up to today, GP? You making more custom picks? again. Oh, you got to be in the mood for picking, John. Yeah, I know what you mean, mate. Do you pick much for work, John? I mean, I know obviously you're a locksmith, but is it all EPG and drills, or do you actually get your picks out to work? All right, this one's putting up a bit of a fight. I'm going to put it into my come back to it pile. I've got another KeyMark here. I'm going to try it, see if that one gives it up any easier. GP, are you in any of the lockpicking Facebook groups, the UK ones? Yeah, I think that's probably the same for most locksmiths, isn't it, John? You ain't got time to sit there fucking about with picks. You need to get paid, move on to the next job. Yeah, the reason I asked JP is because of the guy, he is in the UK Locksport forum as well, called Nick Urquhart. I just felt a full set on that one, so I think I should be able to float pick this bottom pin. Yeah, Nick Urquhart, and he does some really nice 301 stainless steel. Oh, lost my tensioner. Yeah, he does some really nice 301 stainless steel. I made this pick using his steel. It's really nice because it's, oh, I don't know what's going on with the brightness there. What is going on with that? Yeah, it's already like 10 mil thick, so it's a bit like your feeler gauge, I think. So you've only got to make the profile out of it and put handles on it if you want. Ping me a message over on UK Locksport and I'll send you a couple of bits. Right, I almost had this one then, and then I was too busy talking. It is the brother of your one, John. In the video that I made your one on, I cut an offcut from it, and then I made this out of the offcut. So yeah, it's exactly the same. Came from exactly the same piece as yours. Don't know what is going on with brightness here. There you go. I've turned my light off. I'll let you off for being late, Dave. I'm going to turn this light down a bit. I don't know what it was doing. There we go. Right, let's get back to this one, see if I can get them open. Right, pin 6, pin 5, 2. Oh, that's very kind of you, John. You've already bought me a beer this afternoon, mate. Much appreciated. That's 2 beers. Come on, let's get this one. I'll have to try and get some keys for these KeyMark X4s. I've got a few in this box. All right, this one's not playing ball. I'm going to come back to him. I've got a few of them in this box. There's another one there. I'm determined to get one of these KeyMarks. But yeah, none of them have keys in. So it'd be nice to get hold of some key blanks and then yeah, key some of these cylinders back up. This one feels a bit mushy. Right, I felt a tiny bit of movement then. I'm not sure if he's ready to open or not. Yeah, there we go. We got that one open. I can pick key marks. Yeah, you pick all the top pins, and then you put the 2 tensioners in for float picking. You ease back off that tension, press the pin in, and then rotate again in the direction you're picking. And there we go. We got that one open. Maybe we'll try another one of these. One of these ones that we passed on. See if we're on a roll. I think it's the same with all locks though. The more you pick them, the more you get a feel for them. I think on that brass one, I just cranked that tension right up. First one of these I got from Picksmith actually, who sent me that pick, and I just could not pick it for the life of me. And it wasn't until I realised that you had to kind of float pick that little pin at the bottom. Come on. I think I must have overset something in this one. I think these key marks, they don't have any security driver pins at the top, but they do have torpedo key pins. So I think they are quite easy to overset. Oh, there we go. Slight turn of the core, so all I need to do is to float pick that bottom pin. So, There we go, another one down. Yeah, if you carry on tensioning it, I was tensioning it counterclockwise, and then you press that little springy detent thing down the bottom, nothing will happen at all. You really have to let off that tension and float pick it. It's the only way I've found to get them open. This one, I've done a video on this one. This one's a real pain in the arse. I think from memory it drops pins quite a lot. Let's try that Picksmith pick again. Yeah, they are like the Vero locks, the secret pin ones, but they're a little bit different. I've got one of those Veros here somewhere. Yes, the Veros have got 4 pins up the top like a normal pin tumbler, and then they've got the little pin down the bottom. But although that little pin down the bottom, I think that just blocks the keyway. It blocks the plug from turning with a little spring on it. There's no security pins or anything. But you just pick it like a normal lock. It's just that you've got 4 pins up the top and 1 down the bottom. But these KeyMarks are different. I might take one apart and show you. Because you've got the normal pins, but that pin, if you try picking that bottom pin, nothing will happen. Yeah, you have to float pick it. It's the only way to get it open. Right. But they're not too bad to pick once you get the hang of them, you know. I like locks like that though. They're not too hard to pick. They're not like crazy difficult like black belt locks or anything, but they're just a little bit more interesting than your regular pin tumblers. Yeah, I think this lock here just it drops. Oh, lost my tension. From memory, in the video I did, it drops the first pin quite regularly. Okay, come on. That pin number 1 is really high lift. Every time I pick a pin as well, it's dropping pin 1. Yeah, every single pin I've picked pin 1, and then pin 2 bound. I picked pin 2 and pin 1 dropped, so I had to pick pin 1 again, and then I picked pin 3, and then pin 1 dropped again. I think there's only 5 pin stacks in the lock. Pin 4's binding. Oh, pin 1 didn't drop, so I think it's just pin 5 now. There he is. Go on. Yeah, there we go, we're open. Maybe your mood will return, John. What's the matter, mate? Or you just mean for picking, you mean? I've got another KeyMark. I'm going to do it. And then I can come back to... I picked one of these, didn't I? I picked that one. Put them in the picked pile, and I'll come back to this one in a minute. I suppose the trouble is for you, John, though, you're working with locks all day long, so when you when it comes to the weekend, that's the last thing you want to do. Whereas for me, it's a hobby, isn't it? Watching me pick locks must be like work for you. Crank up the tension, give it some leverage. Got a flex on that tensioner. That felt like a little bit of movement already. Let's give it a go. No, it wasn't quite ready. I was letting off the tension and the pins were just dropping back down again. How you doing, Skippy? Nice to see you. Working on the multi-lock, Dimple. Which one's that, mate? I do like multi-locks. All right, just reset all the pins because, as I say, these have got torpedo key pins, so I think they are prone to overset. All right, a little bit of movement again. Was that? Are you new here, Skippy, or are you new to lock sport altogether? There we go, got him. Should I go straight for the other key mark? Let's do it. I've tried this one already. Let's see if I can get him this time. Oh, new to lock sport altogether. Fair enough. Best hobby in the world. Friendliest community in the world. No, the KeyMark are not easy to get hold of in the UK. They're American locks. I think they're made by Medico. They're either made by Medico or Medico took them over. They don't have all the exciting innards of a Medico. But if you want, mate, I'll loan you one. I'll send you some of that steel from Nick Urquhart, that 301 high yield stuff. And I'll bung a couple of these key marks in if you want to have a go at them. No problem, GP. Can you send me a message on UK Lock Sport Forum? Because I don't want to forget you. I'm sending out a few packages next week, so I'll send you out something. Someone was just asking in the chat where to get locks from. Good Euro locks, Multilock, Medico to pick. I think it depends what country you're in. So if you're American, Medicos are easy to get hold of. If you go on eBay, I imagine. I always search eBay, or I do a lot of trades with people as well. So I think the KeyMarks that I've got, for instance, and I've got a few exotic, like I've got an M Heart there, which I did a trade with someone from the US. You can get a lot of good high security locks. I mean, I don't know if you're UK or US or Europe, but I scour eBay and Facebook Marketplace as well. And you can find some nice stuff there. Don't know what is going on with my lights. It keeps flashing, doesn't it? I have to try a different light in a minute. Get this bloody KeyMark first. There we go. I just felt that little bit of movement. Let's try turning it down a little bit. There we go. Right, there's my little tensioner. Float pick this bottom pin. Oh. No, he's not quite ready to go. Everything feels picked already. Oh no, what's that? Pin 4, pin 3. That might be it. Let's give it a go. Yeah. So I think I had pin number 3 or pin number 4. Felt like a security pin actually. So I think that's all my KeyMarks picked. Let's go back to something a bit easier. We got here ERA. I'm going to stick with that Picksmith pick, I think. Find a tensioner that fits. There we go. Come on. There we go. Don't know what is going on with this flashing light. Let's try and find a different light. Bit more atmospheric. Let's see if that flashes at me or not. Not feeling much in this lock. Let's go for a different pick. This one's just not behaving itself. I'd agree, Dave, those 140s, they're good for beginners, aren't they? Plus they can do magic tricks, can't they, like be comb picked, which is always impressive to beginners. Let's get the comb pick out. I mean, the more you comb pick, the more, I don't know, boring it gets because it doesn't require any skill. But I think for beginners, playing with comb picks and bypass tools really can get them into the hobby quite well, can't it? If you can use them. I'm going to pass on this one for a minute. I've got another ERA there, keyless one. We'll try that one. There we go, that one just fell open. Another ERA. I've only got 2 locks here that I've got to revisit so far. Quite an open keyway on that one, so I might go for nice deep mokey in there, see if that will get up there. Can't believe these 5-pin ERAs are giving me trouble today. Tell you what, let's try going counterclockwise. Maybe that'll help. Yeah, they do. I think you probably could get through these with a rake, to be honest, as well. But I just don't really practice raking. I think the only time I get my rakes out is like to do short videos or something like that. I know it takes less skill, but it is its own sort of skill, isn't it? Let's give it a go. Let's give it a try. What have we got here? Got a couple of wave rakes. Better fitting tensioner. What we got? Can't seem to get a nice bottom of the keyway tensioner in there with enough room. Oh, will do. You can see my raking skills are seriously lacking. No, I'm going to go back to single pin picking. Yeah, raking is a dark art, Dave. I agree with that, mate. I find when I do get the rakes out, I wiggle it around in a lock for about, I don't know, 10 seconds like I did there, and I just get bored of it. Yeah, there's all sorts of techniques, isn't there? You've got like, you know, just jamming it in and out like I was doing, but then gentle sort of rocking and scrubbing, and I think most people do what I did and just are a bit aggressive with it, almost trying to impregnate the lock. But I think to be more successful, you've got to have a bit of a delicate approach. And with the tensioning as well, wouldn't you? Obviously. I'm getting nothing out of that one. Let's try one more pick before I give up on it. I'll get the old 15,000 Sparrows. Dave, you'll like that handle, bit of purple heart wood for you. Oh, thanks for the encouragement, John. I'm going to put this one in the unpicked pile, though. I think that's the reality of practice picking, though, isn't it? I mean, I've picked loads of high security locks on my videos, but when you sit down and have a practice, you get through some locks, but then you get bested by a little 5-pin low security thing like that. What else have we got in here? What's that one? Let's try this one. This was sent to me by Picksmith, actually. Look at the bitting on that. How nuts is that? I think he's like gone against max there, because you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I think that's a 0 lift on pin 3 and a max lift on pin 4. And I think with this lock, actually, this pick here should be able to get that pin number 4. But yeah, if you've got a pick like that, there's no way you're getting up there without oversetting pin 3. Let's give them a go. It's a tight keyway. I think when Picksmith sent this to me, I think he was wanting me to make a challenge lock out of it. But I just never got round to it. It'd make a mean old challenge lock, I think, with that bit in. Spool there, I think that's 5. Oh, you like that, did you, Dave? The half ball diamond. I do like that pick. I think my favourite one's that's not it, is it? My favourite one is the one that Lawlock make. I think is that one. It's a little bit finer than Multi-Picks one, but it's always been a profile that I reach for. All right, I think I'm getting close on this one. Just set pin 1, but I felt a few other pins drop. Pin 4 dropped, got that one. Pin 6. Pin 5 counter rotation. Yeah, Multilock do some really good reach picks. They got a set of 3 picks. I use this one quite a lot. It's surprising what you can pick with it. All right, I'm going to go counterclockwise on this. I wasn't getting anywhere. You prefer rakes that can be used to single pin pick, GP? What, like the McTickler? You like the McTickler? You tried that yet? Always watch McNally's videos, and he opens up so many locks so easily with it, and he's obviously got the skills that I haven't got. But I think hybrid picking is a skill in itself as well, isn't it? Man, this lock is a pain in the ass. I keep dropping into this deep full set here and then struggling to get out of it. I think this is the last pin. Come on, come on. Oh no, something else dropped down. Oh, I think I'm on that. It's pin number 5. All right, I set pin number 5, but something else has come down. Oh, I think I've got it. Oh, fucking hell. Yeah, got it. Man, that was a bit of a battle. I can't remember what security pins it's got in it. It's definitely got some spools in it. But yeah, those 2 pins there are causing no end of pain. Glad that one's picked. I'm going to try a Medico. I'm feeling lucky. This one's only a 5 pin. And I've picked this before on video. I picked this one. If you check out my short videos, I did pick this once in 11 seconds. And that, I didn't just pick it up and pick it in 11 seconds. I was sitting there with a camera recording, and I just kept on picking it until I got the fastest time. So it's a bit of a speed pick, that one. I've got no chance of getting this in 11 seconds though. I'm going to get my fancy custom pick on this one. I've got quite a few Medicos. I think this one, from memory, is my only 5 pin one. It's the easiest one to pick. Which one, GP? That one? That's one of my favourites. Yeah, it's nice, that one. When I made this one, I didn't put any pins in it to hold it together. I did like an internal pinning on it. So what you do is you get your hole punch that you use, the hole punch that you normally use for making pins. I peppered the steel with it all the way through, and then on each of the scales I kind of like part drilled through a little bit, and then when you slap a load of epoxy in, it kind of creates these internal epoxy pins, which in theory should make it quite tough. But this one, it has just split. The very top has come apart. You can just see it there. See that scale just moving. I've probably left it too long to super glue it, but this is the only one I made like this. I might make another one. I bought some sterling silver inlay last week. Bloody expensive it is. It's only a metre. It's like I think it's 22 gauge, which is 0.6 mil diameter, and a metre of it was about 30 quid. But I haven't got any pics here that show it. I've never tried it before, but you just drill like a tiny little hole and then put the silver in it and then cut it off, and when you sand it and file it, you get these little sort of starlight speckles on it. Looks very pretty. Rat Yoke does it all the time. Yeah, agreed, Dave. GP is doing really well with the old custom picks. That's why I said to him the other day that he should move on to the 301 stainless steel. You know, the good stuff. Because I think once you can shape a tip, you know, make a really nice workable tip and polish it up. If you make it out of, I don't know, feeler gauge or, you know, a weaker material, it's just not going to last as well as something like this. I've been enjoying watching the GP's pick making over on the UK Lock Sport forum. don't think this Medico's far off, you know. I see, I've cursed it now, haven't I? Yeah, get some decent steel, mate. I'll send you some of the stuff from Nick Urquhart, because that's 301 high yield stainless steel from Sheffield. But it's bulletproof stuff. It's the same stuff that Rob Lawn uses. I made this pick using it as well. This is quite a nice one. It's like my first handle that I made with ebony. It's quite thick steel though. I think it's about 24 thousandths or 25 thousandths, but it is strong as you like. I made this short hook from it, and you can lever it and it just doesn't distort. Everyone always says about Rob Lawn's picks how strong they are. I think that's testament to the steel from Nick Urquhart. Come on, let's get Medico. I think from memory, this Medico's got mushroom pins in it, or it's got at least one. No, I'm going to stop on that one for now. It did feel really close for a minute. I was getting into that. But yeah, not quite 11 seconds, eh? I'll put it in my little pile of shame down here. We're not talking about that at the moment. I'm going to pick a Multilock 141 just to make myself feel a bit better. You watch, I won't be able to pick this now. Come on, 4 pins. There we go. Feel better now. Might go for a tubular lock. Let's try that. Best pick I've found for the tubular locks is this one. I think it's from the Echelon set from Covert Instruments. It's just like really nicely flat on the end. This tensioner is really good too. This was made by Lockpicking Paul. I won a giveaway and he made this. I think he makes loads of stuff out of that spalted wood. I can't remember what it is, but spalted means it's like, I don't know, damaged in some way, but it makes it really pretty. So you've got this little tubular lock up there and then a pick and a tensioner. But his tensioner is really good because it's low profile. I think a lot of the tubular picks, yeah, I made that one years ago. But because it sits really high in the keyway, it just makes it a little bit unsteady. Whereas his one kind of sits low profile. It's a lot more steady. Try and get this one picked. It's difficult to do actually because I haven't got much light here. Right to turn off my ring light because it was flashing weirdly. Now, I can't really see the pins. Let's try and put it like that. Might have overset something on this one. Just going to get rid of that key ring. Get some heavy tension on it. Let's persuade this one to open up. There we go, we got the first position. That was more trouble than I thought it was going to be. Let's get it to the second position, then we can consider it open, can't we? I tell you, the trouble with this is I can't really see very well with the camera right under my nose. That's my excuse anyway. There we go. I'm going to say that's open. If it was on a chain, you could pull the chain out, couldn't you? Oh, I'm going to have to pick it closed, and I'm going to pick it, I think I'll pick it closed later. Let's see what else I got up here. A couple of Yale padlocks, let's try those. Blame the tools. Yeah, I'm going to blame the tools. Nothing to do with my skill. Let's try and get one of these open. Yeah, GP says picking those tubular locks in bad light is horrible. Yeah, because you just can't see where you're putting your pick, can you? This has got some nice spools in it. This is a nice talkative padlock. There we go, got that one open. Yeah, 5 pin, all quite high. Let's try this one. Yeah, the thing with picking locks, what's that? Tim Aki says, do you think these pick tools work on every lock? I mean, a short hook like that is going to work on a hell of a lot of pin tumbler locks, but it's not going to work on every lock because you've got different locking mechanisms. You know, you've got a Dimple lock like that. It's not going to work on those. You've got disc detainer locks like that. They need their own separate pick. But for general picking, you know, you'll pick a lot of locks open with tools like these. This one's a bit of a pain in the arse. Yeah, these are the Apex picks from Covert Instruments. They're really nice picks, but I'm not a massive fan of the case. I like the case; it is nice, and you've got all these fancy magnets in it, but it can only hold 5 picks, so you can't really expand on it too much. Just have to put your favourite 5 picks in, like I've got. You can stick them together, but you can't. You can stack them. These Evo cases here, you can stack them together, but not with this case. Once you've got this rubber bit on the case, you can't stack anything else on it. But yeah, if you've just got the trays on their own, like, you know, without this bit, then you can stack those up. Yeah, I like their case, but you can't. It's not like multi-pick. You know, you've got loads more room inside the case to put all sorts of other tools as well, and hold a lot of picks at the same time. But with these, like I say, you can only put 5 picks in it. I think it's good for like EDC or something like that. If you're just carrying, if you're carrying your picks around. Let's get the old McTickler out. I'm not very good with this, but I'll try. If you're just out and about, then this is great, because it's like pretty robust, and you've got that rubber case on it, so it could survive a few drops. But you're just limited on the tools you can put in it. I think they do ship to the UK, as far as I know. I mean, I could be wrong. The world's a bit of a crazy place at the moment, isn't it, with with shipping and shipping charges, and yeah, that was a multi-pick case that I just got out. I think of all of the pick cases I've tried, I think the multi-pick case is by far my favourite. I've only got a couple of issues with it. It's really not lovely leather cases, they are. I think because they're designed around their own picks, you know, you can't fit. I'd struggle to fit like something like that in there, you know, in the normal slots. So I think if their cases were a tiny bit bigger to accommodate taller picks, I don't know, like a Moki pick or something like that. If they were a tiny bit taller and there's a bit more room in it, I think it'd be perfect. But I can understand multi-pick not making their cases for other manufacturers. They made them to suit their own picks, haven't they? Yeah, the flap can be a bit annoying on these ones. I think what I tend to do is, if I'm picking with it on the desk, I sort of fold it over and under the picks like that. Yeah, Lock Tools cases. Lock Tools cases are good for holding loads of picks, but I find everything slips around in them a little bit, and they're not as nice as like leather cases. Leather cases are a bit nicer, but they're functional. They're really nice and functional, I'd say. Man, this lock is giving me grief. Oh, finally. Man, little Yale padlock, it was kicking my ass then. What's going on with the bitting on this one? Let's see. So I think we've got 6 pins in there. 6 pins, definitely some spools. I think they're all quite high. Maybe that was the problem. That was a pain in the arse. Might go for some old favourites. Get the AM5 Lishi out. Get some opens with that. Nice deep full set. Look for the spool. There he is on 2. Another spool on 3. There we go. Got that one picked. Yeah, American locks are lovely, mate. I really do like them. I do like, I've played with quite a few Lishi, and the AM5 I'd say is the best one. If you wanted to get a Lishi just to play with, just to pick locks with, put that one in the picked pile. Yeah, that's probably the best one to get. Apart from the wife, do I have any pets? Yeah, I've got a dog. The doggo's just sleeping over there at the moment. Why is that? Can you see dog hair? Oh, just wondering, mate. Yeah, just got one dog, that's all. That was an overset. Yeah, you get some lovely clicks off these serrated pins, didn't you, with the American locks? Is there one that will pick them all? No, there's not. Do you mean Lishi? No, they're keyway specific, so this one's an AM5. So it'll only pick locks with that keyway, because that's an AM5 keyway. I've got this one here that's got more of a Yale keyway, so it won't fit in there, so it won't pick it. I've got quite a few. I've got, what Lishi have I got so far? I've got all these Lishi so far. I went a bit mad on AliExpress buying them a little while ago. I got slave ones and quickset, and that's a car door one, that one. I like them. They get a bit of, I don't know if anyone here goes over onto the Lock Pickers United on Reddit, but they do get a little bit of grief over there. But they're still fun tools. Start this one again, I think. But I think if you're UK, like Dave said, the Yale 6B one is awesome. Picks open loads of locks. Not as easy to use as the AM5 Lishi, but Yeah, there's definitely a skill to them, Dave, isn't there? I'll tell you the worst Lishi is the Masterlock one, because Masterlocks are, generally really easy to pick open, but the Lishi is really hard to use. Just dropped into a full set there. I might get it out in a minute. You can pick open a 4-pin Masterlock in 30 seconds, but it will take you 5 minutes with a Lishi to get it open. I think that the Lishi is really well made, and the Masterlocks are really badly made, and so it's kind of hard to use a really good quality tool and a really shit lock. Counter rotation. Where's that spool? Come on. Don't want to lose my full set. Yeah, they're not the magic bullet that a lot of people think they are. That was one spool. Where's the other one? I think it's on 2, Oh no, it's 5. There we go, got that one picked. I think it's all YouTubers, Dave. That's what makes people think they're like magic keys. I'm guilty of doing it myself. I made a lot of short videos with Lishis. They get a lot of views, a lot of engagement, but I don't think people understand that you can't use it on any other lock. I feel like I've overset something on this one. Start again. I'll come back to that one. He's a bit tricky. Some locks are definitely easier than others. I think I've got one American lock that I can't pick with a Lishi. I think it's because it's got some like max lift pins in it. So I don't know if that's because my Lishi's bent from too much use or something. But yeah, I've never been able to pick that one. I'm going to switch to normal picks. Oh, wrong pick, wrong pick. Where's he gone? move on for a bit. I'm having trouble with those two locks. Don't know what's going on. Not having much luck at all. Let's try this one. Dave says maybe you need a few minutes break. You're probably right, mate. You're probably right there. I think sometimes your mind just wanders off, and you know your hands are just like lever impinged. You're not really concentrating on what you're doing. I think a good thing to do is just move on. If you're having trouble picking a lock, you know, like I did there, just move on. You know, just pick something else. There we go. Got this one in a full set, so I just got to find some spools now. There's one. And we got that one open. Let's try these ones again. And sometimes also picking with, like, if you can't pick the lock, either just, you know, put it to one side, come back to it later, or just change up your tools as well. That makes a big difference. Let's do that now. What shall I go for? Jimmy Longs. Go for a Jimmy Longs in there, see what that does. Tim says, is this a hobby for me or a career? This is just a hobby, mate. I just pick locks for fun. Although it's not much fun at the moment, to be honest. I'm struggling with these locks. I should be able to open them, really. Yeah, I should be able to open them, and you get it stuck into your head that, you know, I should be able to open these locks, and you just continue doing it, and you get more and more frustrated. I should just walk away. I don't want to be beaten by some 1100 padlocks, though. I'll tell you what I might do. Sometimes picking in hand, you know, you get a bit of fatigue in your hands. So let's try popping them in the vise, see if that helps me out. Sometimes that can help. Let's see how fast or not I pick this lock now. You've got an 1100 which you've only picked once. I'm not going to laugh at you, mate, because I've got the same. I've got this. I got one 1100 and it's not got no spool pins in it. It's just got serrated pins. And I think the bitting again, it's got like really high lift pins on it. And it's just such a pain in the ass to feel what's going on inside it. Not having much luck with these three though. I don't really want to give up on them though. Tell you what, I'm going to put that one to the side. I'm going to try this one here, a little Mako. These are really nice. These are all serrated pins, but they seem to be sometimes a little bit easier to pick than 1100s. I'll say that I'm not going to be able to pick this one now, am I? How much tension do I use on my 1100s? I use quite heavy tension, mate, to be honest. I know some people, most people seem to say use really light tension, but I use really heavy tension. And as soon as it drops into a full set, I'll go super light tension and just find the spools, hunt the spools. Yeah, these little Makos have got so many serrations. 3 clicks there on pin number 2. Yeah, heavy tension doesn't work for everybody, but you know, as well, if you're putting heavier tension on, you're going to risk bending your tension out, and you're going to risk bending your picks as well. So it's not for everybody, but I think naturally I tend to use heavy tension. Well, for general picking, definitely for 1100s. Yeah, it's a good point, Dave. I say heavy tension, but yeah, as soon as you found the binding pin, you've got to ease up on that tension. Yeah, it's a heavy tension to find the binder, and then once you find it, you ease back on the tension a little bit to set it. Oh, 4 clicks then on pin number 2. I feel like I've almost got this lock, but as I say, there's loads of serrated pins in it. There we go, 2 clicks on 2, and we got that one open. Yeah, you can see there it's got quite a lot of high lift pins in it, so all those serrations come into play. Really nice locks though, those Makos. Put them in the picked pile. Where's the unpicked one? Just go back to one of these 1100s, see if I can get that now. Got a full set. So yeah, what we're saying about heavy tension and light tension. So I just got a full set on this one. So I'm going to be like super light tension and just bounce up on the pins to try and find the spool. And there he is, he's on 2, on pin number 2. I'm bouncing up on it, I'm barely holding that tensioner in. Set that one, so there's another spool somewhere. There we go, another 1100 down. All right, I've got 2 more to pick, let's give it a go. Full set on this one. Yeah, I think definitely putting these back in, putting these in the vise was the way to go. There we go, he's down. Last one. Tried this one before, but GP Rider says I can't get those gins. Yeah, the gin pins are a pain in the arse, aren't they? I've picked quite a few locks with gins in them. Oh, finally, 1100's done. I've picked quite a few locks with gin pins in them, but they are a real pain in the arse. I think that the way that I pick them is kind of like more luck than judgment, to be honest. Because the difference between a set gin, or set pin, and a gin pin that needs to be set is just, it's so fine. You need some real fine motor skills to pick them, don't you? I've picked quite a few with gins though. I must have picked about 10, I think, all told, padlocks and ovals and things like that. I've got this one here as well. This one's got gin pins, but it's also got a sleeved core in it as well. So that's a bit of a pain in the arse. But it's a 5-pin lock, and I think pin number 5 doesn't have a gin in it. Sorry, it does have a gym pin. It doesn't have milling in the core, so it's a real pain in the arse. Yeah, real pain in the arse to pick it. Sorry, it's easier. I was reading the comments at the same time I was talking. Then this one's probably easier because you've only got because you don't have milling in that final chamber. You've only got 4 active gins to pick. But yeah, it's still a pain. Sometimes I can get it, sometimes I can't. I'm feeling brave. I'm going to try this one. Big old multi-lock this is. Don't know what core it's got in it. It's got pinning pins. Let's give it a go. Give it a go. C13. What the padlock? This is the largest one. So you've got, I think they do 3 sizes, didn't they, Dave? You've got the little baby one there, you got that one there, and you got this one here, which is just an absolute unit. It's massive. I don't know, I haven't got my calipers, so I can't tell you how wide the shackle is. Oh, lock nuts, please. I'll show you what they are actually, because I've got some just here. I'll come back to this one. So in Asa locks or Rukos like these, in the older locks you'll find, well, in the newer locks you get these pins. Let's get you about close up. You get these pins here, which are barrel pins, and in the older ones you get these ones. Let's grab one out. Hopefully you can see them there. So they're called gym pins because it's like shaped like a bottle. You know, you've got the lid of the bottle there, but they kind of act a little bit like spool pins. But this part here gets stuck in the plug. I haven't got one to hand, but inside the plug there's like a little undercut. It's like a little lip, and it grips hold of those the heads of the gins really well. And the only way to pick out of them is to float pick. So float picking is where you use 2 tensioners to control the core, and then you've got to bounce up on the heads of the pins to try and get the heads of those gym pins out. But they are a really good security pin to prevent picking. But unfortunately, they stopped making them. They went over to these barrel pins here. I can't see it. Which the barrel pins are still a pain in the arse as well to pick. See the barrel pins there, and they come with their own matched milling as well. But the barrel pins are more like serrated pins. And then you've also got these ones here, which you'll find. Oh fuck! Let's try and get them out. Yeah, you've also got these pins here, which are called Christmas tree pins. Because they're supposedly shaped a little bit like a Christmas tree, kind of. And on these Christmas tree pins, you've got 2 of those lips to deal with. So you've got a float pick past that ring there, and then past the very head of the pin. Yeah, so the Christmas tree pins are an absolute ball ache to pick. All right, what were we doing? We were going to pick a dimple lock, weren't we? Right, so core turns that way. I don't know if I'm going to have any chance of picking this on camera. Can't remember what pins this one's got in it. It's got in pins, so you've got outer pins and inner pins. But it feels like serrated. What pick am I using? This is my favourite Dimple pick, Dave. It's one of the cheap Honest Dongshi picks, which I made the tip into a flat flag. It's pretty much the same as Lock Noob's new flat flag, the multi-pick one. These are my first ever Dimple picks, and this is the first ever Dimple pick that I shaped, and it's just my favourite go-to pick. I'll pick most of my Dimple locks with it. Oh, you're going to shoot off, John? Nice to see you, mate, and thanks for the beer money. Do appreciate that. Yeah, definitely serrated pins in this one. A little bit of movement on the core as well. So we've probably got, may well have the spooled serrated pins in it. I'm going to go in with a multi-pick. Dave dares me to gut this one. Only someone who's already gutted one of these knows the reason why. It's like gutting a bomb, isn't it, Dave? They just explode if you're not careful. First one, I've gutted a few of these multi-pick C-series padlocks. The first one I did it on a video actually, and I was just being really careful. I think the reason I did it on video, the reason I did it on video was so that I had a record, if in case everything sort of flew out, I had a record of how to put it back together again. Right, it's just gone really quiet near this lock, which tells me maybe there's just one more pin that needs setting. Go in with a Nigby Dimple pick. Do like this one. There we go, just got our full set, and that means that we've just got the inner pins to pick. So hopefully I'm just going to go down and I kind of bitch pick the inner pins. I'm not too precise. I've got this Nigby pick with a point on the end of it. Let's see if we can get those inner pins. Super light tension. There we go. Oh, that's the shackle coming out. We got him picked. There we go. Pain in the arse. Yeah, I don't know what pins are in this, but I think have you seen this one before? Really nice cutaway. This is. Let's get the key out. Multilock 400. I think this one is. Yeah. So I think this has got the same core in it. You've got 5. I'll get in focus. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different pins, and then you've got the concentric rings, which tells you you've got the inner pins and the outer pins. You can see them all in there. Tell you what, let's put my light back on. I'll turn that over a bit. Try and get you a good view of what's going on inside. So you can see the driver pin there. If I lift it up, let's get a different pick. Difficult to do this on camera. Let's try it that way around. Yeah, you can just about see the inner pin as I lift it up. You see the inner pin there? And the inner pin, if it's in focus, has got, it's almost like a gin head on it, so it's spooled as well. So the inner key pin, the inner driver pin there, locates into the key pin, and there's sort of milling in the top of the key pin. As I lift that up, you can see the inner pin on the key pin as well. Yeah, lovely cutaway this is, mate. Let me just show it working. Oh, you can see the inner pins there on the key pins. Yeah, lovely cutaway. But I think the pins in there are the same in that one I just picked. Right, folks, I think I'm going to leave on a high because that's probably the highest security one I've picked. Most of these are pretty simple padlocks, pretty simple locks. And I'm struggling with those 1100s, but I can pick a nice chunky multi-lock like that. Anyway, thanks a lot for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.